All right, no talking.
Good morning, you guys. Hello, hello. Yes to the pose. Welcome to
Yeah.
the Morning Tea. I'm Maddison Hill.
Then I am Courtney Revolution. Good morning.
Good morning. We have so much to talk about. We obviously are going to talk about this Jordyn Woods, Kendall Jenner situation that is continuing from yesterday. Jordyn Woods has responded. She's deleted it, but she made her feelings known. And honestly, that's all we needed. And I'm so happy that she could care less. Take that,
She
Kendall
don't care.
Jenner.
She done moved on. She's melanin mommy.
And Kendall also had some thoughts and feels about how people were reacting to this news as well. She had a very savage clapback at people who were trolling her for her love life going in between NBA players. We also have to talk about Kylie Jenner and her post for Travis Scott's birthday. And I also have a little theory, a crystal ball moment based on her Instagram story last night. So we're going to talk about that too. Because I need to hear your thoughts.
I'm ready to hear about it and see about it, girl.
Exactly, because you're the actual psychic. I'm a novice. I'm just kind of like, is this something? And then Courtney's like, let me break it down what I'm seeing. And I'm like, okay, thank you.
Let me open my third eye, girl.
Yes, my third eye is struggling to function right now, so I really need help. We also are talking about Britney Spears. We're talking about Felicity Huffman. This is just proof that if Lori Loughlin would have just owned up to her wrongdoings, life could have proceeded and gone on. We're also talking about JoJo
this, Madison.
The Felicity Huffman thing?
I know. Yeah.
I was like, I saw this and I was like, yes, I must hear Courtney's thoughts because we've been very pro Felicity, very anti Lori Loughlin. I call her Loughlin.
That's because you deserve positivity when you're honest and you take accountability, Madison.
Exactly. Could not agree more. We're also talking about Jeffree Star. He spilled some more tea about the whole James Charles, Tati Westbrook situation. We're going to talk about Meghan Thee Stallion and Beyonce. Yes, that finally came out. Courtney, we all were ready and prepared for it. That's why I'm dying. I saw Carly's Angels comment before we even went live. Carly's Angel said, if you don't jump to put jeans on, then you don't feel my pain. And that is literally my favorite line in Beyonce's verse. I literally texted that to Courtney when he texted me the leak. I was like, jumping to put jeans on, that's the best line I've ever heard. Like, I was dying.
Madison, I was shocked because yesterday the day I brought it up. I was like, ooh, there was a rumor. Yes. I literally did not know it was going to drop yesterday. So like it was really weird timing that like we finished the tea. I went to go read some of this book I'm reading and then I went to make an acai bowl. And in the kitchen, all of a sudden the leak had come out and I was like, oh my God, I don't know when it's gonna come out. Let me send it to Madison so she can hear and get her life. And then 25 minutes later, the full entire song was out, and then we have a Say So remix with Nicki Minaj coming out. Like, there's just a lot happening this week, Madison. The Say So remix is coming out tonight.
The remix is coming out tonight? The Say So remix?
Tonight. Did you say that? Tonight, Madison Hill. We are gonna say so with Mama Minaj, and I'm ready.
I am so freaking happy that Nicki Minaj did her thing with Meghan. Now she's doing it with Doja. Like, just proving that she is the mother of female rappers. Like, she is just helping her little chicks out one by one. I don't know how anyone could hate on this woman. Like, I literally, I challenge people to make me understand because all I see is somebody who is using her talent and her knowledge of the industry to help uplift others. That's all I'm saying.
My thing is this. What happened to the people that was saying that Nicki Minaj never collab with lady artists? I think that's funny because she's collab with Meg, she's collab with Doja Cat, she has a song with Lil Kim out, she did the song with Ariana and Normani. Like, there's so many examples. Like, y'all, like, what are y'all?
She also has her song with your girl, Meghan Trainor.
You already know. Nice to meet you as a hit.
Oh, I know.
That verse is my favorite thing that's happened this year.
You're forgetting about your favorite, Meghan Trainor. We also, you guys, are talking about Kristin Cavallari. We have a whole update, more messy divorce drama. I'm low-key kind of loving this drama, and I know that sounds bad, but it's just really giving us a nice full couples therapy situation, and I'm here for it.
I like that we're talking about them because we weren't before. So, I mean, more new
Exactly.
celebrities to talk about. Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
You're exactly right. I feel like that's the best thing about the morning tea is you never know really who we're going to talk about. Yes, we have our faves. Like we got the Jenners, we got our Justin, we got our Selena. But sometimes we'll throw a curveball. And one of those curveballs lately has been Kristin Cavallari and Cutler, and I'm living for it.
Madison, I have to be honest, even though there are people that watch after, and I'm not addressing those people, I want to address the people that watch like here and there. Sure, the thumbnails may all look similar, but this is not a just drop in and hear that one story kind of show. Because like Madison just said, you guys really never know what we're going to talk about. We could talk about Miley and Cody. We could talk about Felicity Huffman. If there's a sports athlete that intersects with the tea, then we're going to talk about them. So you're really getting like a full balanced diet with your tea in the morning. So consider
Look at that.
when you're watching.
A balanced diet. I do want to address Ariana real quick. Ariana said, I swear Nicki collabed with Little Mix. Nicki did collab with Little Mix. Woman Like Me. It is an iconic hit. Also, the music video is A+++++. Nicki looks fantastic in that video, by the way. I know that they weren't all technically
being a work of art.
Yes, but, and the choreography, Little Mix, oh, you guys, they do this whole choreography with books on their heads. Like, it is, oh, okay. I can talk about that for literally ever. Actually, we're talking about Little Mix a little bit today. We have a ton of Gigi and Zayn updates, you guys. Yolanda, Gigi's mom, confirmed the pregnancy. We also know what they're having. Perry Edwards has reacted because we know her and Zayn Malik were engaged back in the day. Tyler Cameron, the Bachelor guy who you brought up yesterday, has also reacted to the pregnancy news. So the Gigi and Zayn situation and section is very full. There is a lot to update you guys when it comes to that. So make sure you look out for Couples Therapy because it is going to be delicious.
Hold on to your wigs for they blow away because me and Madison we're huffing and puffing today. We got a full doc.
We really do. And sometimes you never know. With Quarantine Edition, it could be a little touch and go, but today it is nice and full, thick and juicy. I want to shout out Chelsea. Chelsea said, speaking of balanced diet, this breakfast burrito I made is delicious. Yum. And now I want a breakfast burrito. Actually, I had a nice little quiche this morning with some hash browns. My mom's really been making sure I get a nice little breakfast before the morning tea situation.
Is a quiche the same as a frittata, Madison?
I think so. I think
quiche kind of dish.
Yes, but quiche has a crust, right? Is that the only difference?
I don't know.
Or do
I was
frittatas
asking.
have a crust too?
I remember I used to work at Panera where we are home of the frittatas. So I was wondering if a quiche.
The Panera frittatas are so good.
Girl, you know I know, girl. People come late in the day and get the cold ones and heat them back up, girl. That's how good they are. They said, fresh, we don't care, girl. Throw that greasy mess in the box. I said, all right, girl, bread, apple, or chips, man.
Bread, apple, or chips. We also have a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves a tia, and we seek ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Thursday to Mika. Hey, Mika.
Hi, Mika. Also, Karina said that she had a sausage, or she had a McGriddle, and they left out my sausage. McDonald's needs to step it up. We do not have time to play during this time.
You had a McGriddle and ain't no sausage. You want a McGriddle? So what did you have in between the two pancake pieces there? Was it just, I'm a just plain sausage McGriddle person. So if ain't no sausage there, then that's a return. Because now that's just 2 pieces of bread. So you need to figure that out.
Courtney's driving back through that drive-thru asking for a refund and a fresh sandwich.
You already know me. I'm the person that's like telling my boyfriend to check the bag before we even pull out of the drive-thru. Because you know if it's wrong, you're going to have to go back around and get right back in this line to make sure that my meal is correct. So I'm the person that's, shh, okay, there's no cheese. Okay, there's my sausage. Okay, good. We can roll off. And there's a line behind us. It's fine.
No, my mom's the same way. So now I always check too because it's like, is it better to hold up the line for 30 seconds to make sure it's right than to have to drive back around and cause a scene? I think we're really doing a service by checking before we leave. We're trying to be nice.
And you don't want me to get out of the car and walk inside because then it's going to be Tornado Courtney rolling on through and it's not going to be pretty.
Exactly. Also, I saw someone in here. Oh, Angelina. Angelina is educating us on frittata
Okay.
versus quiche. And Angelina
Okay.
said a frittata is made in a pan. But wait, how do you make a quiche?
Oh.
Isn't that also in a pan? I
Do
don't
you put
know.
a key
All I know,
like a
like
tin
it looks,
and bake?
it's almost like a pie thing. Like it looks like a pie tin. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, we gonna figure it out. It's fine.
We don't know. Either way, they're both delicious and they're both made of eggs. So there you go. That's all we need to know. But let's go
Okay.
ahead and pour up the tea. And also, yes, Gabby, you're right. Gabby said McDonald's is giving free meals to nurses and police officers and firefighters. So my mom gets a free McDonald's meal. Gabby, you are right. McDonald's is doing that. My dad also, he's a doctor, so he was able to get a free cheeseburger as well. So shout out to McDonald's because I actually think that that
And
is a fantastic thing.
my boyfriend left for work early this morning so that he can go and get his free McDonald's tip. And I was like, you
Oh
better
my
go and get yours.
God!
If McDonald's said it's free, you better get yours.
That's right. I mean, he could also pick. Well, he has to go to work, but I was gonna say they could just throw in an extra, sausage McGriddle, plain. Just
Um,
saying.
can you circle back and drop it off?
Exactly.
Mm,
Okay. Cheers to the tea, everybody.
cheers. Mm,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay, you guys. The first thing we are kicking it off with, we're talking about Britney Spears. We always joke
Okay.
that Britney Spears really gets our anxiety elevated, and let me tell you, this first story of OMT is getting your anxiety elevated with this Britney Spears news. So, the first thing we have to talk about is how Britney recently took to Instagram and admitted that she accidentally burned her home gym down.
Me.
That's where she used to, always show her workouts. So she was explaining to everyone in this Instagram video that she had two candles going in her gym. She says one thing led to another and she burned it down. She said she only has two pieces of equipment left, but thankfully no one was hurt.
Maddison.
Yes.
I hated seeing that when I saw it because I was noticing like the rocking of Britney, like she couldn't really stand straight. Like that made me uneasy. I was wondering where Sam was. Like, where was Sam? Like, Sam, you can't leave Britney. I'm glad the children weren't there. Like, there's just like a bunch of things that I'm just glad about, and I also have
Mm-hmm.
questions about.
Right. So,
At
Sam, I
least
can
she was
answer
okay.
that question. Right. She is okay. But I agree. Whenever I saw her you can tell also that she gets so nervous to speak on social media, which honestly does break my heart. But also
Yeah.
when she was talking about this too, I couldn't help but think, I was like, I think there's something so interesting about people who get famous at a really young age that pretty much all of them almost have this like Peter Pan syndrome, I feel like. And it's like Britney is kind of like a kid where it's like, oh my gosh, like you left candles burning and we can't trust that nothing's gonna happen. Like it
Yeah.
really is like a tough situation, but I do love her so much, and she does still bring so many people so much joy. But as far as Sam is concerned, so they're not actually quarantined together. So she also revealed that on her Instagram. She said that she's been quarantined by
Okay.
herself since she got back from Louisiana a few weeks ago. She also said that she's lost weight from missing him. That was in her caption as well. And if you guys have looked at her feed, she posted a variation of this same picture about 12 times. Also, there's a couple different captions as well, like that she has oranges and lemons in her yard and checking in on everybody and, you know, just Britney things,
My
basically.
my my question to you, Madison, and the T Tribe is how how are we able to get like a Hillary Duff or like I don't want to say Christy Carlson Romano because I feel like something happened to her along the way. Maybe like a Bridget Mendler. How do we get these stars that kind of start out young? Danielle Panabaker, like the Panabaker sisters. Y'all remember from Disney Channel,
Mm-hmm.
the Panabaker sisters? How do we get like those celebrities that start out young and then they come out the fire fine, and then we have like I don't want to say Miley because she just wanted to pop her crotch. Britney was like shaving her. How do we have that? Like Britney and Amanda. And how does that happen to them? But we have Hillary who was doing kind of similar stuff in terms of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
But Hillary, she dyed her hair and it's like, oh, look at my son. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how
No,
does that happen?
I
What's the difference?
I feel like, and I don't know this, but I just
Mm-hmm.
feel like the difference would have to be Shia LaBeouf, another good example, Shanna. Shia LaBeouf,
Yes.
also had some situations. I feel like it has to be their parents. And the only reason I say that is because if you look at some of the similarities, like Britney's parents were deeply involved in managing her, deeply involved in calculating every move she has. We have the whole conservatorship. Amanda Bynes, similar situation. Her parents were very deeply involved. They have a conservatorship. Like, I just feel like a lot of these kids who were the sole providers for their family, their parents were really involved to the point where probably they felt suffocated. It kind of ends up backfiring later in life because it's like, whoa, I'm an adult now, and where did my childhood go? Oh, you took this against me and took it, from me, and now I'm confused. I don't know, though, because I've never heard anything negative about Hillary Duff's parents, and so that's kind of the only thing that I can slightly go off of.
The only thing I hear about Hillary Duff's parents is when Disney said, girl, we're going to take Lizzie to high school and here's this tiny coin. Hillary's mom said, Hillary, get up. We're leaving. And for that, I will always stand because that would be me. You're kidding. Hillary was leading this channel. Are you kidding me? Before Raven, Hillary was all we had. So it was like, if y'all weren't paying my top point to go to high school and date Gordo for a couple episodes, Hillary, we're leaving. Period. I love it.
Exactly. And Bianca said, same with Lindsay Lohan. Completely agree with you. Very similar situation. Yes. We also have Autumn, our mama Autumn. She said, good morning, Maddison and Courtney. I hope you guys are doing wonderful on this happy Thursday. On a break from my shift at the hospital. It's really crazy from all this COVID-19 craziness. You guys are a bright spot in my day. Autumn, thank you. Thank you. Hi, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean, be careful. We appreciate you. We love you, and we've got your back.
We've definitely got your back. And also, make sure you just, keep yourself healthy for those babies. We got our twins to worry about. Yeah. So, Autumn, Absolutely. Thank you so much. T-Tribe is here for you. You know that we are all surrounding you and sending you so many positive vibes. Dakota said, I feel like it should be mandatory for young famous people to have a professional to talk to and someone who really cares for their well-being and helping them to become functioning adults. And Dakota, I don't think you're wrong. I think it's just hard to find somebody whose motives are actually genuine.
I agree, Madison. Like, do you think that once like a child star hits like 10, they should have like a life coach, maybe like a guidance counselor, just someone to check in with and be like, hey, how are you doing? More so, how are you feeling today? Not how are you doing? How are you feeling? How's your soul feeling? Are you feeling lost? Right. Are you feeling suffocated? Are you feeling smothered? Like that's what these child actors and entertainers need. I almost said workers, Lord.
It's hard though, because I feel like they almost need someone who's not on the payroll, but then they're going to have to be obviously paid for their services. But I feel like as soon as you get on the teat of a celebrity, all of a sudden your moral compass starts twisting and turning, and all of a sudden it stops working. And I think we've seen that time and time again. We've seen that with a lot of celebrities. Demi Lovato also comes to mind when I think about that. She's always has a lot of people around her, but still things have happened. And it does cause you to question, okay, who is turning a blind eye to make sure the coin didn't stop? Because I don't feel good about that. So, but let's move on and talk about Felicity Huffman, because this is a very interesting story. So Felicity Huffman, you guys know, she was also involved in the college admission scandal, but unlike Lori Loughlin, she took a plea deal, served a little bit of time, is doing some community service, wrote a letter of apology, and has kept it pushing. And now her daughter, Sophia, who was also involved in this situation, she was not quite like Olivia Jade and her sister because she literally didn't know. They also pretty much hired tutors and proctors so they could just have longer to take the test, all of that stuff. But she retook her SATs, and she's been accepted to Carnegie Mellon University. And a source told Hollywood Life that Felicity, quote, couldn't be happier or more proud of Sophia and feels blessed that her daughter has come out of this situation with a bright future. So proof that if you just own your expletive, look at what could happen. You could power through. Keep pushing.
See, this is why I'm irritated, Madison, because although this is great and this is positive news, Lori and Olivia Jade could have done the same thing, and I would have bought Olivia Jade or Lori's book before whoever Huffman is. But now I'm waiting for the daughter to come out of school and come out with a book, and I'm going to buy it. You know what I mean? Olivia Jade, girl, she could write, but like, girl, it would have been such a great way, a full circle moment for Olivia Jade to go back to school. And not saying that she still can't. It just seems as though Lori Loughlin is not really sorry about it. So we don't really want her at our school, speaking for universities across the world. But you know what I mean? I'm not really interested in Olivia Jade. If we have the Honest family over here doing what's right, I want to hear their story, and I want to help support that because they apologized and they held themselves accountable.
Yep, could not agree more. And even honestly, if Olivia Jade didn't want to go back to college, I would have been more receptive to her returning to YouTube, to her kind of returning to what she was doing before, if they were just
Mhm.
honest. And if she would have just honestly been like, my parents did pressure me to go to college, what we did was wrong. We've learned from it. We're trying to move on. I'm actually now going to take this as a silver lining to pursue what I actually wanted to pursue in the first place. Although we would still kind of be like,
Exactly.
we would get over it.
Well,
But now
exactly.
I'm holding a grudge against someone I've never met. But hello, I'm a
I
Taurus, so
just,
what are you gonna do?
I hold Lori more accountable because she's the parent at the end of it all. Her
Oh,
and mom, oh,
1000%.
y'all set this whole thing up, so lock them up. Good night.
Mm-hmm. Clink clink.
Clink,
Okay, shout
clink.
out to Shantae. Yes. Good morning, Maddison and Courtney. I know you don't like talking about your boyfriend, but if he is in one of those essential fields, please let him know. We appreciate and love him here at the Tea Tribe. Blessings to all.
I'll
I
tell
love
him, I
that.
promise. As soon as he gets home from work, I'll be like, oh my God, the T Tribe, they really want you to be safe. And he's been really safe, you guys. He actually just, TMI, sorry, but y'all asked. He was tested because he is in an essential work field and he tested negative. So we good here.
Yay! And I know, you guys, Courtney has been taking this seriously since day one, so I know that you have been making sure he does not bring any cooties of COVID-19 into that house. And not happening.
Madison, I ain't seen nobody that's not you since I came home from vacation. I do that. That's it. Like,
Exactly. Okay, let's move on and talk about JoJo Siwa. This is also a
okay.
big day because I am officially here for JoJo Siwa. It's been
Okay.
a journey. It's been a journey,
Wow,
but I
I'm
am
here
here for
for it.
her. Okay? So she recently kind of posted this TikTok that was clapping back at people who are annoying AF. So we know that
Mm-hmm.
she's 16 years old, and people are constantly telling her to act her age. Yes, I know. I was previously one of those people. So she posted this TikTok. She's lip syncing to Doja Cat's "Boss Bitch," and she's singing the "I Ain't Trying" to part. And she obviously captioned it when normal teenagers ask you to act your age. And then she captioned the TikTok saying, she's older than Charlie, my personal favorite comment. She's literally 1 year older than Charlie. She's 16. Charlie D'Amelio is 15. And
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I have now had this come to Jesus moment and that I am here for JoJo Siwa is because you know what? I complain about these people on TikTok and Instagram who are trying to always look older, trying to put all their goodies out there who are
Mm-hmm.
15, 14, 13. And you know what? JoJo Siwa has made a career from just staying true to herself. She doesn't feel like she has to show it all off. And she's freaking successful and she's secured her bag that if she really wanted to quit tomorrow, she could. So I'm officially here for JoJo Siwa. I
You know
said
what I
it.
like
I'm
about
here.
JoJo Siwa is it's a two-bag plan. You get what I'm saying? As a parent,
Mm-hmm.
if I were a parent, it's very obvious a two-bag plan, much like Billie Eilish, right? So we have
Mm-hmm.
JoJo Siwa, all of her Lisa Frank glory. That's bag number one. That's stage one. Now she secured multiple bags. Like this whole entire room is filled with JoJo Siwa bags. That's how many bags she has.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when she does decide, okay, well, this phase of my life I feel like isn't really natural to me anymore, and she does decide to look normal, that's a whole new audience. That's a whole new bag. Adults will start to really kind of focus in on, okay, well, what does JoJo Siwa think like versus what does
Mm-hmm.
JoJo Siwa look like? I think it's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Shout out to her and her dream
No,
car.
I completely agree. I think I was just maybe turned off from the beginning because she was 16 and she had little kids at her birthday party and I was just like having a hard time wrapping my mind around it, which I'm learning when
Mhm.
it comes to content creators. I've really had to learn. You have taught me, like, I can't even describe to you, T Tribe, how much Courtney has taught me about YouTube and just the community and everything. Like, I'm forever indebted to you about that.
It's
But
layers
I
to
feel
it,
like,
man.
oh, there's so many layers. There's so many layers. But I think instead, I was looking at it the wrong way. I was looking at it as like, yeah, this girl's super weird. Why does she act like that? But now that I've put my full adult hat on and not my tea spilling hat on, I'm like, you know what? I actually don't think it's bad that she's kind of different from other girls her age. And honestly, talk about, I would much rather have my kid watch videos and TikToks of JoJo Siwa than watch videos and TikTok of a girl who has everything hanging out. Not, and if she's young, if she's a grown ass woman, who cares? Let her do whatever she wants. But then someone who's 15, 16 having it all hang out and want to do that. I would much rather her dress in sparkles and be like JoJo Siwa.
You got to look at it this way. Her parents were probably like, okay, well, we have like Tana Mojo and all of those girls like that. Okay, here's what we're going to have our daughter do as the alternative. You get what I'm saying? So that the girls that grow up with JoJo Siwa, they don't grow up and transition into loving Tana Mojo. They're growing up with her. And eventually when JoJo takes the ponytail out, that'll be their time to take their ponytails or whatever is childish to other people, take that out as well. It's about growth. I look at it as just a long business plan when it comes to JoJo Siwa. She's a brand.
No, I finally see the light. I'm looking into my ring light, and I also just see the actual light. I see it. Thank you, JoJo Siwa. Yes, Caitlin said becoming a woman. Mary said she filled a void that had not been filled before. And then Jess said these young girls on TikTok are taking it way too far, not even with trying to act older, but also the messaging they're sending to their followers who are also probably younger females, #ruining the young. And Jess also, I think what's interesting, last thing, and then I swear we're going to move on to Jeffree Star. Ever since we talked about that Madison Beer story, I have progressively this week noticed so many people commenting on how negative TikTok is. Like a girl who I know, who I just follow personally, like she has like something with her eyes where one's a little bit smaller than the other. And she said that she has just been getting like horribly mean comments on TikTok now. She like blew up and now, of course, you know, people are being mean to her. JoJo Siwa, we had Madison Beer. I've talked to some friends. Like now, ever since Madison Beer shined a light on that, I'm like, damn, people on TikTok need to relax.
They really do need to relax. I feel like that happens whenever there's like a new social media platform. The trolls try to take hold of it. We won't let them.
Okay, sorry. Let's talk about Jeffree Star now, you guys. So during a recent interview on the podcast, My Mom's Basement, Jeffree was asked if he actually thinks James Charles is a danger to society and a predator. Now, remember back when the whole thing blew up with Tati Westbrook and James Charles, Jeffree inserted himself with those now deleted tweets where he did claim that James was a danger to society, that they had, you know, evidence he was all of those things. So Jeffree started his answer with a long pause and noted that it's very complicated. He then went on to say, quote, "It's going to upset a lot of people, but the truth is that someone, and right now I legally can't say who, but someone told us a few things and we trusted that person's opinion, and then another person said some things that was friends with that man, and it really convinced us that he was a predator." He ended his answer saying that ultimately he's not going to, quote, "out a victim of James Charles if it's real, because I don't know if it's real."
All right. What can I say? What I can say, Madison, is I'm going to say this. I'm going to speak into the microphone. T-Tribe, listen to me very carefully. And then, Madison, you give your thoughts so I don't have to say anything else.
Okay.
I don't believe him.
Okay. The reason
what do you think?
I'm trying to also choose my words wisely. I would say the reason why I'm kind of a little apprehensive. Oh, look at that vocab coming out. I am apprehensive because I know Jeffree is currently having some legal issues with his ex. And allegedly, someone who is related to the ex was involved in this situation. Allegedly.
And he's got some stuff going on with Davey, what's his face, from Blood on the Dance Floor as well. But we won't get into that today.
So I just think that was a very PC answer.
Yeah. Right now, Madison, as it pertains to Jeffree specifically and that James Charles Tati Westbrook situation specifically, I don't believe 1% of anything Jeffree has to say about that particular situation, because I won't get us sued today, but
I will say also, he did make a comment that him and Tati are no longer friends. He said that they're not enemies, but they're not friends. And then he also said that there is no feud between him and James, and that the only feud that happens is people trying to make them be in a feud. So he's made it clear, quote, "There's no feud, there's no competition. I've been doing this for a very long time."
And I believe that it's easier for Jeffree to have James be a friend because right now he's the way stronger force than Tati. And we saw how that semi-backfired for him during Dramageddon. Oh, Jeffree, all I'm going to say is this. Maddison, it doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how many homes you have. It doesn't matter how many dogs you save. It doesn't matter how much money you give out to people. Because there are people that excuse his actions because Jeffree gave out some money a couple weeks ago out of the goodness of his heart. It's like my mom always tells me, what you do in the dark comes to light. And Maddison, I ain't even going to be messy. I'm just going to let you know that I hope that I'm sitting in this green chair the day that everything comes to light. Because we're going into it and we ain't going to be merciful.
I completely agree with you. I can't say it enough. But let's move on and talk about something exciting. Meghan Thee Stallion and Beyonce. So the Savage remix. I don't want to say finally, because actually I didn't even know it was happening until Courtney dropped this bomb on me yesterday in the midst of the morning tea, and everyone saw my reaction. I literally almost died. But it is here. It leaked and then they dropped it, so that's fantastic. Meghan took to her Instagram Live to talk about working with Beyonce. She got emotional because her mom, who we all know passed away, was a huge Beyonce fan. So this was just kind of a full circle moment, you know what I mean? And I loved it. If you have not listened, go stream as soon as this tea is over, because damn.
It's good.
Damn.
I want to say this.
Fantastic.
I enjoy the remixes of today. I enjoy a guest verse just being dropped in the middle of a song. But I think that what Beyonce did was sort of like bring back the remixes that like we grew up with. Like when you hear a remix, sometimes you're not even sure it's the song until the chorus hits. Like, you know what I mean? Before you realize it's a remix of a song you love. And I feel like Beyonce adding her little ad libs in the production and she just gave so much energy to that song, and she did it in a way that didn't take away from Meghan. So I have the utmost respect. I'm blown away. Beyonce did it flawlessly, and I'm not surprised at all. Not even an ounce.
I like what you said about how it's more like remixes that we like our 2000s. Not to bring it back, but like in 2000s hip hop, when it was a remix, like it was a different song. Yes, the basicness of the song was still there, but it really was actually changed up. And I feel like this is no shade to Lizzo and Ariana Grande, but like when they did their remix, remember I even texted you and I was like, okay, that was so nice of Ariana to drop in and sing one little verse.
Yeah, because you'll think that it's still the same song up until you hear Ariana sing. On this, I feel like as soon as the song starts, you know something a little different is going on. It's a different kind of savage, girl.
No, and so I freaking loved it. A+. I don't know why I feel like I'm a teacher. I guess now I give everybody ratings and grades, but amazing. But let's move on and get into some couples therapy, our celebrity couple news part of the show. Kicking off couples therapy with Kristin Cavallari and Cutler news. We got some more drama going on with that. So E! News conveniently obtained some court documents in Kristin Cavallari and Cutler's divorce. So Kristin claims in her paperwork that Jay blocked her from attempting to purchase a new home for her and her 3 kids. So remember yesterday we talked about how things are really tense because they're still living under the same roof, and we were kind of like, we know that has to be terrible. What a mess. Well, now she's blaming Jay for that situation. So his emergency filing is sealed, so we can't see anything that he's claiming. But Kristin claims that Jay and their financial manager refused to release to her the funds that she needed to purchase this new house. In her paperwork, Kristin claims that she began looking for a new home actually last fall because things were so bad in her marriage. She stopped the process when they decided to salvage their marriage, which is also what we talked about yesterday. However, after some time, she, quote, realized the attempt to reconcile was not working and knew a divorce was inevitable, which is when she resumed this process in November. And I guess when they returned from the Bahamas is when she really tried to make sure she could secure a new home. And that's when she says that Jay refused to have the funds released to her. She believes that he's punishing her, and now they are in this tense situation.
It's unfortunate that she tried to salvage it in the fall. So if you was trying to salvage it in the fall, the universe has a way of revealing what's true and what's not, Maddison. They tried to salvage it and they got stuck in that island paradise, and it all probably came out. Speculation, not confirmation. I mean, when you're with a person and you have stuff and maybe they didn't bring it all out to the surface, pure speculation, being isolated with that person will bring it to the surface, Madison. And maybe they, instead of amicably decided on the island, like, hey, maybe we should call it quits. It sounds like it might have been a huge blow up and Kristin tried to come home and buy a new house and he said, you ain't taking this money. Wow. That's crazy.
And honestly, I feel like, I don't know why, for some reason, and I think it's kind of what we talked about yesterday. I just like harbor hostility from Laguna Beach days when Kristin was just horrible to Lauren. But I always, in this situation, I feel like not that there's anyone to blame, but I feel like she's definitely making it harder. And I feel like she was probably the one who was a little more hard-headed. Of course, we don't know. That's just my own gut feeling like it's a battle of trying to make him look terrible because he filed for divorce first. And I feel like she's using the media to do so because she has access to the media to do so.
And he doesn't really. Like Jay Cutler, if someone said that name, I would be like, who is that man? But Kristin Cavallari, we know her.
Exactly. And just based on their show, I don't know. It's definitely going to get messier. Wesley said it best. This situation gets messier by the minute. And yes, it really does. And I think it's going to continue to get messier. We know that he already filed to be, he claims that he is the main caregiver for his kids. We know she's going to fight that and go for full custody. So everyone just prepare yourselves. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
That's unfortunate because it has to play out in front of all of us. And I'm sure that that's the last thing that they want. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is great for Kristin's professional life because, I mean, the show will continue on for at least another season because I am interested. For myself, I am interested in seeing, even though I haven't watched really a lot of the show, I'm interested in seeing Kristin goes it alone.
We want to see single Kristin try to be a businesswoman, single mom, and maybe even date.
Like, will she move? Want to see that. Back here or what? Is she going to stay in that area? Because I know she lived in a state that I was like, why would she live there?
Yeah, she lives in Nashville.
Nashville? Girl, leave Nashville and come back on over here when it's safe and we can all be in the same room again.
Okay, let's move on and talk about Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So first thing, you guys have been asking for a confirmation, and we finally have the confirmation we've been looking for. Yolanda Hadid, Miss former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, confirmed the pregnancy news, and I love the way this happened because she did so in a Dutch outlet. So she was taking it back home, taking it back to her roots. It's called RTL Boulevard. She told them, quote, "We are still in shock that our little secret has been leaked to the press." This was all translated, by the way. She also made a comment about how Gigi's pregnancy is quite special, being that she just lost her mom, aka Gigi's grandmother. Yolanda said, quote, "That is the beauty of..." I know. She said, "That's the beauty of life. One soul is leaving us and another is coming. We feel very blessed."
No, her mother was sick on the show. She was having the surgery. That's unfortunate. But this is good, like she said. This is good. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, Yolanda loved her mommy. That's sad, but this is happy at the same time. It's sappy.
It's sad. It is. And I feel like the way she kind of explained where her head is at was so beautiful. You know what I mean? That is the beauty of life. And I feel like, oddly, even I can speak from my own personal life, it's always been like that too. Like, as soon as, someone leaves this earth and it's horribly sad, the universe, and I believe in God, but if you don't, that's okay. Someone else makes sure that a new life is brought into your life, whether that's a baby, whether that's a puppy. Like, and I don't know. I just thought that was like a really nice way to confirm the news. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like
I like that she did it with the Dutch outlet because I feel like there's less room for anyone to like twist her words around. America, girl, we would have. Yolanda said
that they're having twins.
Yeah, like, girl.
Now Bella's pregnant because Yolanda wants to be a grandma and Anwar and Dua. Like, it would have gone like a storm. Also, TMZ reports that they're having a baby girl, so that's exciting. So you guys might have been onto something with the gender reveal / birthday party. And then, one other thing. Gigi has yet to confirm the news herself, but she is trolling her followers hardcore. She posted on her Instagram story all about making pasta last night, and she made vodka pasta without the vodka. And she made sure that was clear.
Of course she's not having no vodka. Of course. We know why, girl. It's fine. We don't talk to
I know.
much outlet.
That's why I'm like, I love that she's like, okay, mom, go be a proud grandma over here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep trolling over here on this side. Like, honestly, respect. I got it.
Congrats,
Respect for her. It's fine. Do you, girl? But also, as far as the exes and their thoughts on Gigi and Zayn having a baby. So first, we'll talk about Tyler Cameron. You brought this up. He was the guy on The Bachelor who Gigi kind of was seeing in between her last breakup from Zayn Malik. So he went live on Instagram recently, and people were just being ridiculous in the comments. They were congratulating him on becoming a father. They were like, Gigi's pregnant. It obviously has to be yours because she's 5 months, you know. And he actually he shut it down. So one of his friends was in the background. He was like, what's going on? He was like, I'll tell you later. And then he was like, he called people wrong and terrible. He's like, I'm not a dad.
He was like,
and I was happy that he said something.
I'm glad. That's mad annoying because it's just people trying to get a reaction. And I feel like if you're not getting to give a reaction, you shouldn't try to gaslight people to get a reaction because it might not be the one you like. You get what I'm saying? And then the fans were like, Tyler's so mean. He yelled at me and I'm only a 16-year-old girl. Well, when you make comments like you're 35 years old, you get treated like you're 35 years old. Now, how about that?
Right. And I also like that he just immediately shut it down. Like, honestly, it would benefit him to prolong this storyline because he needs the press and he needs the clout.
I agree.
But he didn't. And I've got to say, that's a little respect.
Yeah.
It's about this much, but it's still a little respect because I feel like he is a bit of a clout chaser. But okay. Okay, Tyler. You did the right thing.
He didn't want to wind up looking like Mike and Devin. That's what he didn't want.
Exactly.
Remember Mike? That's his name, right, Mike?
Wait, no, Demi. Oh, yeah, Mike from The Bachelor. Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I didn't, because Demi said, I love Mike, and then here she is, I love Max. Happen to loving me.
I want to shout out Denise. Denise said, finally made it to the live this week. Hello, beautiful Courtney and Maddie. Missed you guys. Hello, Denise. We're so happy that you were able to make it live. We love our after watchers, our after sippers, but whenever you guys can make it live, it is extra, extra special. And Gabrielina said, OMG, those people are annoying. And then Caitlin said, I thought him and Hannah were TikToking together. Caitlin, you're right. So Hannah was the Bachelorette on Tyler's season. They are not together, but they did quarantine together for like 2 weeks.
All right.
I don't understand that world. All I know is all the Bachelor people love to hang out in Venice because I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Anyway, Perry Edwards. Oh, yes. And in Santa Monica. The bungalow, they're always at the bungalow.
Oh, the bungalow. Yeah, we've had discussion. Yeah, I've been to the bungalow before. I can't believe that I be going to the places that the Bachelor people be going out. And I'll be twirling around in my little short shorts, and there they be just hanging out looking like frat boys. Because I feel like it's like a frat men kind of environment. So when my friend brought me, I felt out of place, but I still had fun, girl. I was dipping and doing it like Wendy.
No, it is very a frat environment. And if you guys are ever in LA and you go to the bungalow, you will notice the Bachelor people because they're just like trying to act like they don't want to be recognized, but also it's like, do you see me?
And because I don't watch The Bachelor, I really didn't know if anyone was there.
Courtney, you and me both. I have been so many times. My friends will be like, "Oh my God, there's so and so." I'm like, "Who?" And I'm just living in my own world. I could care less. I never recognize.
I would be like, "Oh my God, there's Tyler," and someone would be like, "Tyler from The Bachelor," and I go, "No, Oakley. Hi, Tyler." Like that would be me.
Literally. Okay, Perry Edwards. We're going to talk about her reaction real quick, and then we'll move on. Yes, Colin Powell. He said, did Perry say anything? Perry did. So she did a recent interview with the Kyle and Jackie O show, and it was the day after the news broke. And they were just kind of trying to like feel her out on how she was feeling. And she said that her life is amazing. She's having the time of her life with her current boyfriend, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And life is good. So she literally could care less. And I love it.
Yeah, why would you care? That was forever ago. Go off, Perry.
Exactly. And she has her own boyfriend. And she's happy. And she's doing just fine. So
I'm glad. She's happy. Zayn is happy. And Gigi's happy. And I'm happy too. And Yolanda's happy too.
Exactly. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this Kylie, Kendall, and Jordyn Woods news. So everyone, turn your volumes down for...
Cold Jenner tea time! Hello to everyone in my studio. Just
hello. Okay, the first thing we're talking about, you guys, is Kylie Jenner. She wished Travis Scott a happy birthday on her Instagram story. She wrote, "Happy birthday, Travis Scott." Then she put Stormi's parents underneath. And while that picture is steamy, I feel like the fact that she specified Stormi's parents under there speaks to the fact that they are just co-parenting and nothing more. But what do you think? Yep.
Sure, probably. I love the picture. I think that Kylie looks almost kind of like masculine a little bit. I like it. I did find it interesting, the Stormi's parents, though. Like, don't get it twisted, because you know what this message said? That message said, Courtney and Maddison, don't y'all dare. Leo, don't you dare make this a thumbnail and try to say that we are back together, because we are Stormi's parents, and that is what it is. Just in case Mason get a hold of somebody's iPad and some Wi-Fi, we are Stormi's parents. That is what I said.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. That's how I felt too. I was like, ooh, I felt personally been like hit with that one. I was like, yep, that was directed at everyone. Just
mad exclamation points, like, don't get it twisted.
I was like, yep, message received, Kylie, we got it. But the other piece of Kylie news that we need to talk about, so she turned up last night with Saucy. They were drinking tequila, they were in the house. Stormi, they watched Trolls with Stormi, and then when Stormi went to bed, you know, they did their thing. But I have a theory that Kylie alcohol is coming soon. And the reason why is because listen to what Kylie said. She said that they always drink that Don Julio 1942. Remember, we did a shot about it, or we did a shot of it on the morning tea. We were feeling all in our riches that day. And she said that now they're on some new expletives. So take a listen to what she said, and then we'll discuss.
What we've really been drinking, but we're not allowed to tell anybody. So just stay tuned. Best tequila. Best tequila.
Wow, I can't believe I'm about to stan a Kylie product. I will exclusively only have Kylie Jenner tequila in my house. I only drink tequila outside of this.
I know.
So, like, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. She can take my money. As long as it's not like $70, she can have it. Honestly, I'll keep the freezer stocked. Especially if it's good tequila, Madison. If it's bad tequila, it'll be a one-time purchase. But if it's like good tequila, like if it's gonna make me feel like, well, Patron, I could take Patron or Kylie. I'm taking Kylie and the Worm. Period.
Okay, I'm so happy that you got that vibe too, because I was like, we have not heard anything about those trademarks, and then all of a sudden we can't tell anybody, and Sassy's like, best tequila, best tequila. I'm like, this little expletive has been in quarantine, just sampling her own Kylie alcohol that we've been waiting for, and she just let us in on it. I don't know if she was supposed to spill that, but that's what I'm picking up from that. Just saying.
What do you think she would call it, Madison?
Or
do you think it would be like a system, like cocktails by Kylie, and it's like a step? Like, make sure you have this for your flavor, this for your alcohol, and this for your garnish. Like the Kylie cocktail system. Girl, let me stop for Kylie.
Literally. I feel like I'm going to have to go back and look at what she actually filed the trademark for, because I know like it was Kylie alcohol, and then I think it was like Kylie's cocktail. It was something, because we got to keep it with the sound. But I don't know. I know she was supposed to come out with like champagne and wine as well, so I'm interested. This could be one Kylie product, because we tried the Kylie skin and it was okay. Yeah. But this one I feel like is a little more on our personal brand, so we could give it a try if it ends up coming out.
Madison, Kylie, I'm letting you know right now. Put us on the PR list, okay? We still going trash talk family, but put us on the PR list, and we will try it and give our honest review. How about we'll do a Tequila Tuesday sponsored by Kylie when you sponsor us? Thank you, Kylie. We'll have to talk to the bosses about that one.
With the coin. You guys are coming up with some really good names. So Valerie said Kykila, Alexandra said Kylit, Nicole Kykila. Wow, you guys are. Then Wesley said T Kylie. That's really cute.
T Kylie, I was thinking about that in my head.
And Alex said Kylie Keela. So okay, wow, you guys are all really good. Wow, those are fantastic
Listen,
names.
as long as it gets me going, I'm a fan of it.
Exactly. I want to shout out Erica. Hi, T-Tribe. Currently on my lunch break. Hope everyone is having a great day. Hi, Erica. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for tuning in.
Keep working hard.
Okay. Yes. Let's talk about Kendall and her little clap back to comments about her love life. Her not safe for work clap back. Yes. So
She's
we know
so
we talked
cheeky.
about this yesterday how we talked about this how Kendall was spotted with Devin Booker, aka Jordyn Woods' ex. So he also is an NBA player. So obviously we know Kendall dated Blake Griffin, Ben Simmons, now this Devin Booker. She's also been linked to other players too. So people began making tons of jokes on social media about Kendall bouncing around to NBA player after NBA player. Someone even posted a video of these people like throwing a baby around, and they captioned it saying, NBA players passing Kendall around. Someone responded saying maybe she's passing them around, and then Kendall clapped back and responded to both of them saying, they act like I'm not in full control of where I throw this cooch. Sorry, everybody.
The way you read it so eloquently, Maddison. Just like
I try to bring as much professionalism to saying the word cooch on camera that I could. It didn't work.
Shout out to Kendall being an experienced cooch thrower.
Yeah, she has experience.
I just thought it was the most iconic thing ever because it was just the last thing I was expecting to come out of Kendall Goodleg Jenner's mouth at all.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting a response.
All right, girl, you act like you're throwing a beanbag around like it's just that easy. I mean, it is that easy, but I just thought it was very interesting. She said, you think that I'm going to let y'all have this whole entire conversation about my expletive and not come on here and talk about it? No, I'm the owner of this kitty cat, and when she goes purr and when she goes meow, it's controlled by me, period. And she put on our necks, and I'm feeling strangled. So, hey, I love it.
I'll be honest, when I saw that, I was like, okay, Kendall, I agree with you, because I feel like Kendall never claps back. Like, the only time we ever really hear any response, it's like someone speaking for Kendall, or she will clap back about one of her sisters. But this time I was like, okay. Kylie even tweeted, she was like, the tweet of the year, the comment of the year. And I was like, although it is still early, 2020 is dealing up a lot of mess. So Kylie could be right about that one. That could be the clapback of the year.
Wesley literally said, cooching up with the Car Jenners. I'm over it. I gotta spin, girl. I gotta spin on that one because I can't believe.
Karina brought up our word yesterday. Skendall with the Kendall. Cooch, I can't. This is a scandal. We forgot to use our word.
Scandalous cooch. Scandalous cooch. Are y'all literally?
That was Meryl. Meryl said scandalous cooch, then Shantae said Kendall cooch. Okay, now you guys are just getting out of control.
Oh my God, you gonna get us demonetized. We ain't gonna make no money today.
I forgot to use our word scandal. Damn it. Darn it. Dang it.
What is this show?
You know what? Shout out to Kendall. It really took a turn today, but I'm not mad about it. It's almost Friday, and clearly Courtney and I really need it. But let's talk about
I just
Jordyn
knew we were going to talk about this today, Maddison, and still somehow I just was not prepared.
It's because, like, whenever, first of all, that word hasn't been, like, is not commonly used, I would say. Like, it's not one that I would have in my verbiage regularly. So I feel like whenever it does come out, you're just like, wicca, wicca, what? Like, oh, we're going there today? Oh, okay.
That sounds like an R&B lullaby buzzword or something. To some lullaby production. That's what it sounds like. So maybe Kendall's been listening to someone. Maybe she's been getting her SZA on. You never know.
You never know. Also, I'm laughing because Katie Gomez said, we do need a T-Tribe dictionary. LOL. Honestly, we do. I feel like has it been a year since the morning tea? I don't think it's been a year yet, but I feel like in this almost year, we have come up with a lot of terms that I freaking love, and I think it's hilarious, and I love that we're all in on this inside joke together. Like, that's what makes it so much better.
I feel like this whole show is one big inside joke with us and the tea tribe. Could you imagine? Sometimes I wonder, what is it like for a person to drop in like right during this portion of the show and we're like, Kendall's throwing her cooch. Cooch! Kendall, cooch, scandalous cooch. I would be like, what did I just click on? But if you stick around and you realize me and Maddison just have the gigs and we always have a good time, you'll realize that it's a good place to come every single day. Part of your routine.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's talk about Jordyn Woods, you guys. So Jordyn Woods actually did respond to Kendall being spotted with her ex, with her sloppy seconds, and she tweeted about it after seeing it and said, ha 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 ha, good morning. She was laughing it off, could give zero cares, and then of course when everyone started bringing attention to it, she's now deleted the tweet. It doesn't exist anymore. But I personally just love that she even laughed it off, because I feel like regardless, although yesterday we took the stance of like Jordyn doesn't care, Jordyn's not paying them any mind, there are still people who are like, oh my god, I bet Jordyn's hurt because like the Cardinals are taking one more thing from her. And I feel like it's good that she let it be known, have him. Literally don't care. Don't care.
My thing is, I think that Jordyn felt like how I felt yesterday. Like, oh, look at it now. It went from Kylie Jenner's best friend, Jordyn Woods, to Kendall Jenner is hanging out with Jordyn Woods' ex. Like, you know what I mean? It felt as though the Kardashians were reaching towards Jordyn for clout, which has never been the case. So that to me is a joke in itself. So I get why Jordyn was laughing. You hang out with that man over there because y'all are trying to use my name to get some attention. We good over here. Now let me lay up in this beautiful gown or with this bathing suit on overlooking the beach.
I also think this proves that, remember when we talked about like, is Jordyn Woods missing Kylie? Some people were thinking that with that picture that she posted of her in the swimsuit. While she might miss Kylie, I think this proves, though, that she is much happier with where her life is at now. And yes, it might be a controversial thing to say and an opinion. And I feel like this also shows our personal growth, because when this first happened, we thought Jordyn was in the wrong. And now we have grown. We have matured. She's matured. We've all moved on. And I think this shows, you know, that part of her life was great and it was fantastic, but she's moved on and she's very happy with where she's at.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with growth. There are some people that will even now see this and be like, well, Jordyn should just go away. For what? For what? Why does Jordyn need to go away? At this point, why do y'all feel like she would need to go away? I think that she's thriving, and it's a good thing that she's thriving, because it just shows that like the Kardashians don't really have a control on everyone's destiny, maybe within that family, but certainly not outside of it.
Exactly. Shabria said Jordyn was too busy hyping Meghan looking gorgeous, and she was. Did you see her promoting Meghan? I love that friendship. Stand that friendship. And then Fancy Nancy said she cut Devin off. LOL, she unfollowed. Good for her. And exactly. I feel like it's one of those things like, if you want to mess with people who don't mess with me, go mess with those people over there, and I'm going to keep doing me over here.
I agree, and I feel like it's not immature to do that. It's just simply protecting your peace and your energy, because I'm the same way. People that are like wishy-washy or like play both sides of the fence, girl, you barely hear from me as it is. So it's like, you really ain't gonna hear from me then. You go and hang out with them over there and be stupid and negative. I'm good over here, securing the bag and keeping my skin looking glowing.
For sure. And I also think as an adult, and you can attest to this too, our time that we have to give to our friends and our family is so limited. Actually, just friends, because our family takes up, we have work, then we have our family, and whatever's left goes to significant others and friends. And I feel like, for me, if I'm not feeling anything back from people who I am deeming a friend, then sorry, I'm going to take the time that I give to you and give it to somebody who actually, it's a two-way street. And I feel like Jordyn's doing that, and she's had to maybe do that a little faster and a little more rapid than maybe she would have wanted to, thanks to this Kylie situation. But look at her now. In the words of
I think that the Kardashians wanted her to publicly apologize, and I think that they thought that she would, and when she didn't, I think it sent them scrambling. And I kind of like that, looking back at it now. I'm sure they would expected this to be a little blip, a little drama to re-energize the show. Jordyn would come out and apologize. Her and Kylie would cry on the show, and everyone would move on. But Jordyn was like, "Okay, surprise! Here I am with Jada, and here's the tea." Chris, damn it! Chris taking like a book or a checkbook or something and being like, "Damn it!" and just throwing it down. Like, "Damn it! Kylie, call Jordyn right now! Kim, hit the alarm! Chloe, stop calling Tristan! Courtney, have a happy meal!" Like, I just like imagine all of those things happening all at once when that went down.
Absolute mayhem.
Hollyscoop. They're talking about this every day. Like,
I'm dead. Honestly, on that impression, I think that's where we're at, and that was the best impression I've ever seen. Add that to the list. We have your good James Charles impression. You've got a great Cardi B impression. I know it makes the girls upset, but I love it. And now we're adding Kris Jenner to the list. Oh my God, and Chance. Okay, wow. There we go. We need to add those to the dictionary. Keep that in the back of our minds, everybody. Okay, that is all the time we have. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. This was a really fun morning tea. I hope you guys had as much fun watching and hanging out with us as Courtney and I had with you guys. So please make sure you also follow us on social media. We got Instagram, we got TikTok, we got Twitter. We also have our own individual YouTube channels as well. Courtney, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me at youtube.com/Courtney Revolution. I go live every Sunday at 12 Pacific Standard Time, and this is the episode before my birthday, so don't miss it.
I had to do the tequila thing. I had to take over your do it this way. Hi. So make sure you guys are there.
What are you uploading?
I will be up. What'd you say?
What are you uploading this week or this weekend?
Oh, I'm uploading a video today, and on my YouTube channel. Yeah, and I'm introducing a new little series, and I'll just say that I'm letting you know what shapewear you need in your life, and I literally am in shapewear on camera. It was the most stressful thing I've ever done, but I did it, and you can see I really get into it. So that's coming later today, so get excited for that. Also, make sure to show Hit It Leo and Shambong Dave lots of love on Instagram as well. And then, you guys, we will be back tomorrow for Shambong Friday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you're here, and make sure you're sharing this video. Make sure you're showing us that you're watching the morning tea. We love when you guys tag us and Hollyscoop on Instagram. And you guys, we'll see you tomorrow. We love you so much. Bye.
Bye. Now wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands and just wash your hands, and wash your hands, and just wash your hands. Scrub your hands, and just scrub your hands,